everybody. Just wanted to give you a welcome to the Elevated Result. My name is Zach, and with me, I have Zoe. Gonna say hi?
Yeah.
She's being really shy
Here
for
I
the
am.
first one. So on the Elevated Result, we are going to give you a weekly guide to elevating your life. Small changes that will translate into big results. That's what we are going to be about. We are shooting in the Level 4 studio. And if you want to tell them a little bit about the Level 4 studio.
Yeah. So Level 4 is run by two really good friends of ours, Kim and Kevin. And we started shooting here, when you got into photography. The reason why we love it here so much, though, is because Kim and Kevin are so interested in building up the community of creatives in Colorado Springs, which is where we're at, and helping creatives have a place to do what they need to do. And we've just been able to really kind of collaborate with them on a great many things. They've helped us out with a lot of things. So, of course, due to COVID-19, we've kind of had to change the nature of what the studio was. We were doing a lot of makeup. Even photography was stopped for a while.
Yeah.
So they had the brilliant idea of setting up a podcast studio here at Level 4. And as soon as we found that out, it was a given. Obviously, we're going to do this. We've been wanting to do it for a while. So we're really, really excited to be here and not only support them with this new branch in the studio, but also get something started that we've been wanting to do for a really long time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, we've been wanting to do this for a minute. If you've ever come into Elevated Nutritional Performance here in Springs, maybe I've talked to you about that. We've always wanted to give back more to the customers. We have such a loyal fan base and such a loyal following that the more information, the more research, the more knowledge that we can extend to anyone and everyone is kind of the goal. And so, like Zoe said, we've been wanting to do a podcast for, quite a while.
Yeah.
And especially during quarantine, we were looking into it and saying, what pieces of this puzzle are we needing? How are we going to implement this? What are we going to talk about? And that's what I think is going to make us have a fun little show right here is what we are going to talk about. As Zoe said, I'm an I actually still do it, photographer. I used to be in construction. I used to be water mitigation, a lot of random things. But nutrition was always one of those fallbacks. It was always something that I was able to kind of dive into and be happy about and really learn a ton about. And that's kind of what led us to E&P, is that knowledge, that love for, honestly, supplements and just working out in general.
And so how long would you say you've been, first of all, interested in fitness and nutrition?
I remember the first time that I worked out, like legit the first time.
How old are you?
I think I was 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like at a gym or
no,
outside?
at my house.
Okay.
Because my dad, he had a big, what are those things called? Like the flex gyms, not the bow flex, but the other, like you had the lat pull down, you had the squat rack, you had the bench press.
I'm trying to think of what that. All I can think of is Bowflex.
No, not Bowflex. It's something else. It's just like one big contraption, like one big thing. But he had that, and I was just getting into playing football with my friends.
Okay.
And so I wanted to, I wanted to be faster than everyone. I wanted to be stronger than everyone. And so that's when I started working out.
So something that you guys will learn about Zach, if you don't know this already, he is the most competitive person on the face of the planet. And we're competitive with each other. So actually, he's the one that got me into fitness. It was you, because we would go work out. And of course, I wanted to lift heavier things than you.
But what was it that we first worked out in?
Outpace you.
Well, I guess it wasn't first. I was thinking CrossFit.
No, we got into CrossFit after we were married.
Up in Lifetime. Yeah, I forgot about that. Right before we got married.
Like pre-wedding.
Yeah.
Weight loss.
But I remember when I got into supplements, it was actually my uncle. We were working out all the time, every morning, and it sucked. It was like that 4 a.m. get up, go to his house, work. No, it's terrible. Everyone that can do that, good on you. Like, that's amazing. But we were working out consistently. We had been going for probably 2-3 months, seeing really good changes, getting stronger, stuff like that. And then he goes, you need to add in some supplements. And I was like, what are you talking about? I was 15. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he goes, you need to look into like creatine, protein, a multivitamin, and that will really take you up. That's where it started. Legit. That is where supplements started with me that was 15 years ago. Because I am 30
you're old.
now. Yeah, because I'm old.
So tell me a little bit about where you are now as someone who's always enjoyed fitness. How did you get here? You have a shop. I want our listeners to know a little bit more about that story because I think it's really inspirational.
So it was really cool. We were working out down at Accolade. We had probably been married, like a year or two? Mm-hmm. And we were at Accolade, and I was working out. I posted a picture, the typical selfie douchebag picture that you post. And a company followed me. They liked my picture, and they followed me, and then they sent me a DM. They said, hey, we're the supplement store inside of Accolade. You should come check us out. And I was like, all right, I'll do that. So I went in, and I met someone named Chris Dixon. Buddy.
That's funny. I actually don't even know that part of the story.
Yeah, he followed me on Instagram. And so I went in, and if any of you know Chris, he is the most charismatic, the most... You can't not like him, literally.
Yeah, Chris is like an instant friend person. Kind of the way that I feel about you. My barometer for what type of people we're dealing with has to do with a lot about how they... If someone likes you or doesn't like you, it's how I can tell they're a good person. Kind of like a dog, if my dog doesn't like you, they're probably not a good person. So I feel that same way about you. If someone can't get along with Zach, we're probably not dealing with a decent person. And same with Chris. He's just one of those people that he's just so wholesome, so good.
He is.
Yeah.
And he started talking to me about, what their shop was. And another thing about me is I'm a Colorado native. I love Colorado. I am very proud to be from here, and I love shopping local, supporting local. That was one of the beautiful things about this studio was everything is local, even the creators here. But Chris was telling me that, they are a small company, small local family-run company, and they worked with other small shops. And so that to me was amazing because, here I am able to support a small company, and also it supports other small companies.
Perfect.
And so I bought my first protein from him. I bought like a thermogenic because, that's what you do. And and then from there it's history. Like I became friends with Chris. Like he's such a good person. And even on days that I wasn't working out, I would just go in and talk to Chris, like if I had nothing to do. And that's one thing that was great about E&P is it wasn't even just Chris. Like no matter who you went in and talked to, always had good staff, good people that were just friendly, conversational, not trying to sell you something different. So that's where everything started. And then, as a lot of you know, and as you know, he moved to St. George, Utah, to work out with an actual supplement brand to help curate formulas for their products, stuff like that. And so I came on to help and was fortunate enough and blessed enough to be able to partner with him and then take over. So, yeah. I mean, and now we have our own standalone store. So that's what's really amazing about it is we were always inside of a gym. We always had, someone else controlling our hours, someone else controlling our customer flow. And we were able to, with help of, such a loyal fan base that we have, we were able to expand it and have our own storefront. And so it was really nice. And it's a lot of fun because my knowledge in this industry has grown so much, and not from anything I've done, literally nothing from what I've done. If you know Ryan, he's a freaking chemist. That guy can break down supplements like no one's business. And even Matt can do the same thing. And Nick, the old E&P crew, they had such a vast knowledge. And if they didn't know it, they could give you the tools to go find, the information you were needing.
So that's one thing that I've been so proud of to watch you in this whole journey is to see how you and I are both very entrepreneurial, and that's something that we'll talk about in every episode because it's something so important to us, is local businesses and our business.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
To watch you find something that you love, and that's really what it's all about, right? Your love for this has grown.
Yeah.
And now we have, a location. That's our little baby. We have an actual little baby that we have to, we want to create something for her, an environment where she can find the things that she loves and
providing a safe space, a safe space for everyone. We have one of the things we made sure we did in this shop was we made sure that we had a space that we could all just lounge at. We have a couch, we have a big TV, we have an Xbox,
So I gave you a hard time about that.
You did.
I thought this is so,
She said it was dumb.
Yeah, I thought it was the stupidest thing we could ever do.
And I'm like,
and the reason for that is because, we had our freestanding store. I was like, we are moving on up. We are going to make this look beautiful. Aesthetic is going to be just shiny, gorgeous, new retail area. And Zach's like, no, we got to put a couch. I found one on Craigslist. Like, we're going to put this couch in.
It was black, so
we're going to take our old TV from the bedroom. We're going to hang it up. And I'm just like, what?
It was a casting couch.
What are we doing?
Literally, that's what it was.
And it's so funny because now, like, I walk into the shop and our affiliates, our athletes, our customers are compelled to sit down and talk to us. And I think that has just naturally been the progression to now here we are making this podcast, because every time we sit down and we have one of those really, affirming, beautiful growth conversations with people that we respect and admire, that we work with, I think to myself, why wasn't this recorded? Like, why wasn't this a podcast?
Seriously.
So this is why we're here. I would say that's what we want to offer, like, to our listeners and people that want to watch us. We care about fitness. We care about beauty, all over health. And so our guests are going to definitely be people who contribute to our personal health, but the community of people that we work with in this industry, it all has to do so much with each other. I don't believe that just buying supplement, this is what we sell, right? But I don't believe that just a bottle of a supplement is going to fix your fitness situation.
There's no magic pill. There's nothing like that.
And so that's what I really think we want our message to be week after week.
And that, health, fitness, whatever, it is not one universal thing. Health, fitness, wellness, that is all different to each and every person. A lot of people attribute, fitness to the guy that has an 8-pack, huge shoulders, tiny weight. No, that's not what it is. Health and fitness is making small changes in your life towards a goal that you have. Making small changes that will make you happy. That's something that is very overlooked in our society. It's becoming more prevalent today, but mental wellness, that's a thing, and it is a very important factor of our lives, and that's something that we want to talk about. We want to be able to give everyone the tools that they need to make their life better now. And whether that means, hey, I cut out McDonald's once a week. I was going there 5 times a week. I cut it out once. That is change. That is health. That is fitness. And if you don't agree with that, that's fine. But we're not trying to start what is it called? An argument. We're not trying to find an argument on this. What we want is to have a conversation. So if you don't agree with that, that's great. Come talk to us. Explain to us your beliefs, your ideas on what health and fitness is. Because like I said, it is not the same. Health and fitness between us
absolutely
is not the same.
And I can say too, personally, my idea of what makes me happy, like my overall wellness versus my fitness, has even changed drastically postpartum.
Oh yeah.
Since having a baby, everything has changed. So my journey as a new mom, as a business owner, I have always felt the extreme pressure to be representative of all of the fields that I've worked in. So working in cosmetics, you feel this pressure.
Yeah.
I have to be makeup. I have to wear makeup every day, live it and breathe it. Or with fitness, we have to live it and breathe it, and muscles and gains. And that's just not realistic for us.
Yeah.
And so I think that's kind of what sets us apart. I have so much admiration for anyone that can go full send and commit to
Oh man, me too.
to one thing, and we definitely work with a lot of athletes like that.
Me
And
too.
I'm just constantly in awe of that. And so our balance and what I want to bring to the table as far as content goes, and even just with my real life relationships, is just that authenticity. Like, this is something I know a lot about. I call myself an authority in these areas, but I'm still growing.
Yeah.
I've achieved a certain level of success. I have so many more goals like on the horizon, but I'm happy now.
Yeah.
And so I find that we have attracted a lot of people that are just like that.
Yeah.
And I want to bring those stories more to the front, because what I see when I scroll through my social media feeds is just people, and this is an old trope. Oh, people appear perfect and Instagram makes you self-conscious. But the truth of the matter is I was self-conscious before I got on Instagram. And so what I really want to work on is just kind of normalizing this idea that we can be happy and successful. And I want to be 100% the whole way.
Yeah. And so what authority do you have? What is your background? What do you do? We talked a lot about what I did, but what...
Throwback.
Yeah. What do you bring to the table?
So I have been a makeup artist, a working makeup artist for a decade. This year we celebrated a decade. I got into instructing here at Level 4. I launched a class series in the studio, and of course COVID-19 kind of threw a wrench into that. But we're going digital, so that has not stopped.
Yeah.
I've worked in retail. I worked with MAC Cosmetics for a really long time. I've had my own wedding business, on location, bridal styling. And now, at this point, I kind of became really disillusioned. So I call myself like the anti-influencer. I'm super disillusioned with all the makeup I see online.
Which, just a real quick, if you want to see a really hilarious video, it cracks me up every time I watch it, on her TikTok. Oh my God. She goes over, like, 4 stereotypical makeup artists that are on
just
YouTube,
everything that I see. And I'm probably just going to do more and more of that.
Oh my goodness.
And this is no hate intended for people
not at all.
who do that, because I admire anyone that can garner a large following online. I realize how much work goes into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see a lot of things that are unrealistic. And then I have, on the other end of the spectrum, I have brides that I'm still friends with. So for, 10 years ago, I did makeup for a wedding, and this bride is still my friend. And because that experience was so bonding, it's a lot more personal than just the selfie you take afterwards. My goal has always been to give women the tools to teach them how actually to create what I created, because a decade has put some tricks up my sleeve. I certainly, know what I'm doing technique wise, but it's the real talent to me, and the real prize at the end of this is that, to see a woman say, oh, I redid that. I did your makeup this morning and I feel great. And so that's what I really want. And so, I'm going to be, the list of guests that I have on the table is other women that have been doing this for a long time or are in associated industries that I respect. Some are former clients that I've been able to help, and just those little things. So I think that's what makes me, I say like quote with air quotes, an authority, because I don't feel like that. In a creative work, you're always learning and you're always changing. So I don't think I, am like the best makeup artist ever, but I certainly do want to always empower the women that I talk to, and I'll always do that. And so I would say that is what kind of puts me where I'm at today.
I love that. And circle back really quick about what you said, you're going digital now. What do you mean by that? Because later on tonight you have
so tonight I'm actually hosting my first webinar. We're calling it speed styling. So I partnered with a personal stylist to talk about how to put yourself together really quick. We're going to do, it's a 20-minute workshop. So she gets 10 minutes for clothing and accessories, jewelry, and I get 10 minutes for makeup. And this is how to make yourself feel really good in 20 minutes, ready to go and look amazing.
Yeah.
And that's the first time that I will be hosting like a live demo. And hopefully this can kind of roll into more. I'm not super sure.
And something that people may be wondering is, okay, we have, fitness supplements on this side of the couch, and we have makeup and beauty on that side of the couch. How are we going to put this together? But that's something that I think actually comes pretty naturally. And correct me if you think any different, but to me, all of that works in harmony together, because you think about even competitors. What do competitors have to do? This is something a lot of people maybe don't know about the competition scene, is the women have it harder than the men, in
That's
my
for sure.
opinion.
It's
like
also
they really
just
do.
so much more expensive.
It is. Like, you have your suit, you have your tans, you have, the PT work, the nutrition, obviously, that everyone has. But women's suits are so much more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And then
you're
day
paying
of,
for hair and makeup.
you're paying for hair and makeup.
Typically, it's 2 applications in that day. And I would say that this is where I got my most exposure to the fitness industry, because as someone who works out, I'm like I'm a hoodie, sunglasses, earphones gym goer. I'm not there to make friends or talk to anybody. In fact,
You definitely do look intimidating.
Working out makes me so angry, actually, that's what fuels me. So
we don't work out together
No,
anymore because
I don't like to be spoken to
when
I'm lifting heavy things. But that's besides the point. So I have gotten my most exposure, like I said, to fitness through bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And these female competitors, some are close friends of mine. It's incredible what these women are able to accomplish, to see what the human body can do. And I remember that's one day it really clicked to me, like, fitness is a recipe.
Mm-hmm.
There are just things you do and you get results. And so there's different levels to that. And of course, bodybuilding is at this, top echelon where you're so devoted to it that you see results quickly and they're extreme.
Yeah.
And then, there's someone like me who doesn't always have all the ingredients to the recipe, doesn't always follow the directions. But it really is beautiful because it's pretty simple. And doing makeup for those types of events it's so cool. And it's exhausting also. But yeah, so I think that's the actual literal representation of where we meet each other.
Yeah.
As far as where we work, but there's a lot in between.
There is. And that's something that I think is going to be really beneficial, is just the little things. Like we said, we're trying to bring, as much information as possible to our community, and hopefully expanding our community, finding new people that we can partner with, talk to. But information is key. And this is something that we're very passionate about. And I am a big believer in, if you aren't passionate about something, if you can't just sit around and talk about it for at least 15 minutes, like a solid 15, what are you going to bring to the table, And so we kind of talked about what your background is, what my background is, but I just want to speak to what I see in her. I remember before we even met, her cousin was my friend, and he showed me some of the special effects makeup you did. Blew my mind. Like, it was so cool. In my opinion, like, obviously I'm not well versed in this or anything, but in my opinion, it was like movie quality kind of makeup. Like, that junk looked legit, like you slit your throat or something.
From you then, that would have really boosted my confidence.
No, I wasn't. That's not who I am. But seriously, like, the makeup I've seen you do is amazing, and not just the makeup. It's the brides, the girls that are going to their prom. The women that have their job interviews, I've even seen mail applications you've done. Phenomenal work. I mean, just really good. And so
I love my boys.
Yeah.
I love my boys.
And so that's the thing. Like, you have the background to bring the knowledge to people. And that's something I'm very excited about with this, is being able to see the impact you have, from this, and how many people you can shape in this podcast. I think it's gonna be fun. Like, yeah, I'm excited.
Well, I want to reciprocate. So what I see from you, as long as I've known you, athletics have been a huge part of your thing. I mean, when I met you, you were rock climbing, jumping around, climbing literal walls.
Yeah.
And I kind of rolled my eyes. I thought that was really silly.
Yeah, that was rude.
Well, I mean... So and then also, so there's that part of you, right? What you're interested in and what you're good at. And then there's another part of you that is so driven, so persuasive, so able to really hyper focus on things that kind of get you going, that it was really just, to me, meant to be for you to combine like your entrepreneurial spirit, your love for small business, because we both have that, like a love for small business, with something like elevated nutritional performance. Now you have a shop. But what I especially admire about you, and what I think you really bring to the table, and we've always said this, it's more than just supplements, and it's more than just makeup, it's empowering our community. And so you've been able to find other brands, and with your photography, help them. I've seen you take pictures of products for really small brands, manage social media. So that's all stuff that we'll be talking about, no doubt, because I think that, you know, we have lived the majority of our lives online. We have like this intrinsic knowledge of like what works online, and we definitely bring that to the table too, which is a little bit what sets us apart.
Yeah, and the other thing, something you talked about that earlier, you are the anti-influencer.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
For sure.
And so anti-influence, I mean, we all see it every single day. The girl in the bikini, the girl in, you know, her sports bra and leggings saying, take this detox tea. That's not real. Like, that is not real life.
Wait, so I've been drinking that tea for nothing?
I mean,
I should have talked to you about makeup.
Well, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. Like, that's not what
and
we
with
are.
makeup, and the gym. So I think too, like, our two professions are naturally very connected, because the type of influencer that you see, the type of people that become very famous for doing what they do, are almost identical. Yeah. You know, you see perfectly manicured human beings at the gym. I see perfectly, you know, manicured drag makeup in every iteration possible online. And it's just, do people look like that at the gym? No. And people,
if they do, they're not working.
In my opinion, shouldn't look like that with their makeup either. So when I say anti-influencer, I'm not against these people, because you know, we work with affiliates. We pay influencers to rep our brand. That's so important. But what I mean is that I've never been able to hack it with those people. I just can't. Yeah. I watched when Instagram was an iPhone-only app, and, you know, my makeup artist friend posted her eye makeup online. She came in the next day. She was viral. Yeah. I watched that happen. Yeah. Trends that are still, like, you know. Yeah. She did it well. It's been overdone 1,000 times. And so I just have never been able to get there. Yeah. And it never felt genuine to me. And part of that is my self-confidence too. Like, you have to really commit.
Yeah, you do. And
I just haven't ever had the confidence to commit. Yeah. So I think that this is a really cool medium for both of us, because we can talk a lot.
We can. I mean, as you can see, we can just talk. But the thing about it is, you know, influencers, like you said, we use affiliates, we have athletes, but the content that we create, the content that we look for, the person that we look for, anyone can be an affiliate. Anyone can be a brand ambassador for any brand. Gymshark, I mean, even probably beauty brands have ambassadors now.
Oh, absolutely. And I would say micro influencers are a huge thing now. Yeah. And that's kind of what we're looking for.
But genuine. I mean, that's the thing. Someone that's passionate, because you can be, you know, an influencer, like I said, Gymshark, First Form, you know, all those big brands, you know, everyone wants to be First Form. But I've seen people, you know, be the influencer, and they'll be, you know, posting about it every day for a month, 2 months, and then it vanish. And so that's what we always look for, is someone that's as passionate about it as us. Like, this is, whenever we look for an affiliate, whenever we look for an athlete, they are part of the company. This is their company as well. And you can make money off of it depending on if you view it as your company. and not being, your typical influencer.
I think consistency is the key, and that's something that really clicked to me the older
Yeah.
I get. So
What's Gary Vee say?
post every day.
Every
Gary Vee told me to post 10 TikToks a day. He's the reason I got on TikTok.
He's the reason we have a podcast. Let's be serious.
Yeah, that's true. He told me to post 10 TikToks a day, which just is exhausting. But it's the willingness to be consistent, and I think that as I discovered that in my, journey to online stardom,
she has 47 likes on her TikTok, so she's really blowing up.
I'm waiting for my blue check mark. It should be coming any day now. And so, also just in life, though, the older I get, consistency is key. And so what I find is that we need to focus on the things that we just naturally consistently love. So for us, it's fitness and beauty. We love these things. I can't get away from it. I've retired several times. I can't stop.
Oh my goodness. She'll come into the house and she'll be like, I'm done with makeup.
I've renounced
like, why?
it. Yeah.
And she's like, no, I'm just retiring. I can't do it anymore. It's too much stress. It's too much work.
But just, I
and the
am
next
drawn
day she
to
orders
it.
new
I
makeup.
can't stop it. I can't stop. And the same with you. You've been into every sport imaginable. I've seen you through many phases in your life. Now we're into golf. I'm sure you'll all hear about that.
It's the most expensive phase of my life so far.
This is true. But you're dad. So,
there you go.
I mean, it was natural.
Yeah.
That this
it was
happened.
the progression.
But, makeup is the thing. It's the thing I consistently love. It's the thing I'm going to do. So now I need to figure out how to be consistent towards success.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that we'll talk about, I think, a lot is those little habits build up to big things.
Yeah.
I don't expect this podcast to have 1,000 listeners tomorrow, although that would be really cool.
Yeah.
What I would love
listen to us,
is to have several weeks, months even go by, and then, all of a sudden people realize they like us.
Well, and the thing about it is...
I like you.
Yeah, I like you. You're all right.
I don't know.
I'd listen to you for at least half of this show.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you talk about...
Hone it in.
You think about what Gary says. Be passionate about what you do. You can't be in a job that you hate. You may make all the money in the world, but your life is still trash. You
and
don't
we've both
feel
been there.
good. We have.
We have both renounced the things we love and gone to the money things, and that never
pans out.
No.
Never. And so that's what's cool about, being able to be in this seat right now is talk about what we're passionate about, talk about something that we actually know a couple of things about. And be able to share that. We'll share, the mistakes we've made as business owners. Yeah, I mean, the most consistent thing that we've done outside of makeup and sports and fitness is like social media marketing, helping people create brands, helping people create websites, things like that.
I call it small business empowerment.
Okay,
Yeah.
Small business empowerment.
Just because I feel like again, and this is true with makeup and it's true in marketing, I don't want to run with the big dogs. I want to help small businesses
for sure.
and people whose talent might not otherwise be recognized. So, it's small.
It is. And that's what's great is we say that this is going to be about, fitness and beauty, but really it's going to be entrepreneurship, building something you're passionate about, because that's the thing, man. You have to find something that you are passionate about, or else you're going to be dead, like legit, just miserable, hating life, and that's no fun. And so that's,
100%.
what we're going to be talking about. And kind of up until now, we've never really been so public about our lives, about our
That actually
business.
kind of scares me a little bit.
I know.
I'm going to be 100% honest on that one. When I think about doing a podcast, I think, oh yeah, I can sit here and talk to you. We're going to bring our, friends really, but our close associates, the people we do business with on. The part that I'm afraid of and have always been afraid of is, I don't know, just putting it all out there.
Yeah.
Right.
And we know that, like she said, this is probably isn't going to get 1,000 listens, maybe not even 100, this first one, but that transparency, the online transparency, we're going to be giving you something that's not the norm. It may not get all the likes. It won't, focus on everything people want to talk about, but it'll be authentic. That's the thing.
And I think that this is any time is the right time to commit to your authenticity, because that's when you at least so you achieve the success of being happy and being content with what you're doing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I can go to bed and know, okay, I did a good job and I enjoyed it. And then from there, I truly believe that like financial success follows.
Yeah, I do
right
too.
After that.
Because if you're passionate about something, you're going to strive for it. If you're going to strive for it, you're going to make it succeed. If you're going to make it succeed, you succeed. Mm-hmm. And so that's the biggest thing about this. And so going forward, we're going to be talking to a variety of different people. For me, I know that we have massage therapists, we have coaches, different types of athletes. We have, every sport possible that we can think of that we have athletes in, and we're going to talk to all of them. Ask them the questions, the pitfalls. What do you like about the sport? What do you hate about the sport? What would you tell me if I were getting into your position, And so who are some of the people that you're going to bring in? I know you talked about other women, but specifics.
Yeah, so for me, I have come in contact with some really cool people. So I know people that own beauty brands, people, I was just talking to a friend of mine that I'm doing this personal styling session with tonight. So hopefully she can be a guest. Just anyone to me that is driven to work for what they want and what makes them happy, that's who I want on the show. Yeah. So you're going to be hearing from people in the beauty industry, but more than that, people also just who own small businesses. Next week, we're going to be here again at level 4, and we're going to have our friend Ellie.
Yep.
She is an LNMT. I had to really memorize that one.
Well, and hopefully we're right.
She'll tell us.
Yeah, she will tell us.
Licensed neuromuscular therapist. So
yes.
She does massage therapy, but it's more than that. She's so passionate about it, and she is our building mate. So she's our roommate over there at ENP, and yeah, she's only been doing this for about a year, but so incredibly talented, and she is also a person who I could just sit and talk to about what she believes in. A really, really beautiful person. So
she's very easy to talk to.
I'm excited.
And the thing about her, like, I don't know if anyone's had work done by someone like her. She's an ex-competitor, so like stupid strong, like very fit person.
And that's how we met her. So we met Ellie in the gym. Yep. And we had been kind of working out side by side for a really long time.
Yeah.
And then when we started taking over ENP, obviously doing some work with her. At that time, she was still competing, still a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
And she isn't doing that anymore, but still fitness is like a really huge part of her life. And then that's what got her into doing this type of body work. So she can work on you in a way. It's not like a massage that you can like lay down and fall asleep.
That's what I was going to say.
And be real comfy.
No. Like tears will run down your face. It is very, very painful in the moment. But
how
seriously,
do you feel after?
I'm a new human.
Yeah.
Legit a new human after I see her. So we'll talk to her next week and really dive into her profession. What sets her apart from that really nice therapeutic kind of
and
massage.
Why it's important to, as any type of athlete, whether you're just a 3 to 5 times a week gym goer, or whether you're working in a sport, or even recovering. She helped me with my post-delivery recovery so much. My baby ruined my body, and so she was worth it, but she ruined me. And so Ellie was key to my actually just even being able to like walk again like a normal person. Yeah. So I'm excited to have her on.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. And she's so well versed, like Zoe said. This is something she is most passionate about, and she knows, little parts in your back, in your body that you didn't even really know existed. And so, we'll have her on. And then in the coming weeks, like we said, we're going to have, a variety of people, a ton of different, professions, fields, expertise, different things like that. But if there's someone out there that's listening that wants to share with us, you are passionate about something, you have a niche, hit me up. Hit us up on Instagram. Hit us up on Facebook. We want to talk to you. Pretty soon, we're also going to be bringing this to YouTube and Facebook Live. possibly Instagram Live, and we want to hear your questions. We'll let you know week in advance who we're going to have in studio with us, what we're going to be talking about, really, that segment.
Yep.
And we want to hear from you. We want this to be very interactive with everyone.
So another thing about Zach and Zoe, we both have ADD.
Oh,
and as
dude, it's bad.
adults, that manifests itself, of course, in our business, just in the worst way,
Mhm.
but also in the best way. We've achieved a lot of success. So you're going to get a great variety of things from us. And I think that it just really speaks to who we are as people, because, and also something that I personally believe in is it's okay to do more than one thing.
Yes.
I think that from the time we're little, we're asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up? Like, you have to choose one thing and just live and die that way. And that is not realistic. Most people on the Forbes top 100 have started their most successful business in their 40s. And that's just a fact. So this, assortment of people that we're going to bring to you are people that just fire us up, people that we respect. Certainly we're coming from these two industries. That's how we have gotten where we're at today. And so if you're interested in fitness and beauty, you're going to hear a whole heck of a lot about it.
Yep.
But we're also going to be talking about other things, life things, and with people in a variety of industries. And so I would say too, for probably it's just going to be people that know us listening to this for the first, I don't know how long. Yeah. So if you know us and you want to be on the show, don't hesitate that, oh, well, maybe I'm not directly related to fitness, or I'm not directly related to makeup.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Hit us up.
Obviously, the friends that we really love are just people that we have that respect for whatever reason. And so we want to talk to everybody.
Right now we need positivity in the world.
Yep,
definitely we need it.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're trying to bring. And so we're trying to get everyone together and learn something also as a community and be closer together. So I think that's it. I think that's the first one. And thank you, seriously, thank you for taking time and listening to us and hearing what we had to say, and hopefully you come back next week, right?
Yeah. I mean, hopefully
we're here next week.
That's what I was going to say, but I didn't want to say it like that. We're going to be here next week.
Yeah.
We're going to ramble on.
Yep.
More and more as the weeks go by.
Yeah. And so we'll wrap this up, and thank you again, and we'll see you next week with our guest, Ellie.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.